Okay, we're going to check the exit ticket for Module 2, Lesson 17. Jesse practices the trumpet for a total of 165 minutes during the first week of school. He practices for 245 minutes during the second week. A. Estimate the total amount of time Jesse practices by rounding to the nearest 10 minutes. So, 165, what would that round to if we're rounding to the nearest 10 minutes? Right, that would round to 170. And what about 245? What would that round to? Right, that would round to 250. So now we need to add. 0 plus 0 is 0. 7 plus 5 is, that's right, 12. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 2 is 4. So, he practices for about 420 minutes. B. Estimate the total time Jesse practices by rounding to the nearest 100 minutes. So what does 165 round to when we're rounding to the nearest 100? That's right, 200. And what does 245 round to the nearest 100? Right again, 200. So 200 plus 200 equals 400. 400 minutes. Explain why the estimates are so close to each other. Well, both addends are close to the halfway point. So, rounding to the nearest 10 minutes and 100 minutes give estimates that are close to each other. All right, press pause and complete your homework pages. Once you're done, press play and check. Kathy collects the following information about her dogs, Stella and Oliver. Use the information in the charts to answer the questions below. Estimate the total weight of Stella and Oliver. Okay, so Stella weighs about 32 kilograms, right? And so if I want to round that to the nearest 10, 32 would round to what? Right, 30 kilograms. And Oliver weighs 7 kilograms. What would I round that to the nearest 10? Right, 10. So 30 kilograms plus 10 kilograms is, right, 40 kilograms. That's what Stella and Oliver weigh together if we estimate. B, what is the actual weight of Stella and Oliver? So let's do 32 plus 7 kilograms. So 2 plus 7 is 9, and 3 is so 39 kilograms. C, estimate the total amount of time Kathy spends giving her dogs a bath. So 36, what would I round that to the nearest 10? Right, I would round 36 to 40. And with 25, what would I round that to the nearest 10? Right, 30. So 40 plus 30 equals 70. 70 minutes. What is the actual time Kathy spends giving her dogs a bath? Okay, let's do 36 plus 25. 6 plus 5 is 11. 1 plus 3 is what? 4, right? And 4 plus 2 is 6, so 61 minutes. Explain how estimating helps you check the reasonableness of your answers. So, a close estimate can help us see if our actual sum is reasonable. 2. Dina reads for 361 minutes during week 1 of her school's 2-week-long read-a-thon. She reads for 212 minutes during week 2 of the read-a-thon. Estimate the total amount of time Dina reads during the read-a-thon by rounding. So we need to decide, do we want to round to the nearest 10 or to the nearest 100? Let's do it to the nearest 10. So 361 to the nearest 10 would be, 360. And 212 would round to, 210. So 360 plus 210, 0 plus 0, 0. What's 6 plus 1? That's right, 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. So 570 minutes. Okay, estimate the total time Dina reads during read-a-thon by rounding in a different way. Okay, this time let's round by 100 to 100. So 361 would round to, that's right, it would round to 400 because 361 is closer to 400 than 300. How about 212? Right, that would round to 200 because 212 is closer to 200 than 300. So 400 plus 200 is, that's right, 600 minutes. Now, calculate the actual number of minutes that Dina reads during the read-a-thon. All right, so let's do the actual minute. That's the first one, 361 plus 212. 1 plus 2 is 3. 6 plus 1 is 7. 3 plus 2 is 5. 573 minutes. Which method of rounding was more precise? Why? Well, which one was closer? Right, when we rounded to the tens. Rounding to the nearest 10 was more precise because the numbers we rounded to were closer to the actual time. All right, don't forget to fill these out and submit them in Seesaw.